Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Elle and today we are going to be doing my February TBR. So I am really excited for February. I just have such a good feeling about it. There's so many really exciting releases and I am so excited to read in February. So let's get started with this video. The first book I want to talk about, and first couple of books, is just new releases. So I first want to talk about Serpentine Valentine by Gianna Darling. This is going to come out February 8th and I am dying for this book. I am so excited to read this book. I have just been like fantasizing about it, just like dreaming of myself reading this book because I'm just that excited about it. So this is going to be her first release of 2024 and this is a sapphic romance. So the heroine, I don't remember her name, but she is basically going after the daughter's dean, like the dean of this school, I think it's a boarding school that she goes to, because she, I think, was like sexually or assaulted by a teacher there and they basically covered it up and didn't believe her. And so now she wants revenge, and it's also kind of like a Medusa retelling as well. So she is going to seduce and go after his daughter. So I'm really just so excited for this book. I cannot wait for it. February 8th, I'm like dying for it. I'm just so excited, and I'm so excited to see Gianna Darling in a new sphere of romance. Like, this is her first sapphic romance and I am so freaking excited, and I can't wait. I'm just filled to the brim with excitement. I just know I'm going to absolutely love this book and devour it. Like, the teasers on her Instagram are perfection and I just can't wait for this book. Then another book that releases on February 8th is Ashes of You by Catherine Cowles. I actually have an e-arc of this book that is just sitting on my Kindle that I am diving into today. I'm filming this Sunday, like the week before February starts, and I am just so excited to dive into this one. This is the fifth and final book in the Lost and Found series. This is about Lawson and Hallie, and we have seen Lawson throughout this whole series. He is a single dad to 3 boys. He is just struggling a lot, and I think that this is also a nanny romance. So she starts nannying for him, but I think she also has a traumatic past, of course, with any Catherine Cowles heroine, and I think he has something to do with it. Not like he did anything to her, but was there, because I think he's also a sheriff, or maybe he's like the sheriff of town. I can't really remember, but I am just so excited for this one. People have been saying it surprises them how emotional they are reading it, and I'm just really excited to see Lawson's story. This is also an age gap forbidden romance, and I just know I'm gonna love this one, and I'm gonna be devastated when the series ends because I love this series, but I am so excited to read this one, and I feel like I'm gonna binge it in like 2 days, and I can't wait to start it tonight. Then I have 6 Scorched Roses by Carissa Broadbent. I am in a fantasy mood. I just want to read all of the fantasy romances, so this is on my TBR. It is also on Kindle Unlimited, so this is actually a novella in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. So this follows Lilith and Vale, and Vale is a vampire, and I think Lilith like maybe has like a disease or something where she will die if she doesn't become a vampire, and I think he makes a deal with her where he will like turn her into a vampire, I think. I don't really remember, but I just remember seeing them in one of the previous books in the series and thinking they were adorable. And actually this has been on some people's list of like favorite fantasies, so I'm really excited to read this one, and I'm in the mood for like a really fun fantasy novella with some vampires in it. Then I have Hold by Claire Kent. This author, I've just seen like so many people loving her stuff, and she writes like post-apocalyptic romances, and this is a novella on Kindle Unlimited. I can't remember if it's like they are prisoners together and they like team up or something. I don't really remember, but I know I saw Jess from Peace Love Books read this and she really liked it. and I'm just in the mood for some like quick reads to be handy on my TBR. So I'm excited to read this one. I think it's also in a post-apocalyptic world in this one as well. So that sounds so good, and I just want to read like something spicy and forbidden. I think also one of the books, I don't know if it's this exact series, but one of the books that she's written in this post-apocalyptic world is that the heroine dated the hero's son, but the son passed away, and now she is like has to survive on her own with her like ex-boyfriend's dad, and she falls for him. So I'm really excited to read that one as well. But I just want to have some novellas on my TBR to turn to because I want to read, just have something to like quickly pick up and read and be done with it kind of thing. So I'm really excited to read this. Then I have Requiem by Kelly Hart. This is I think like a boarding school darker romance. So the heroine, I think she goes to the boarding school like undercover and is trying to basically kill like the hero. Like I think she like has a revenge plot or something, but I honestly don't know that much about this book, and I don't want to. People say just to go into this one with not a lot of plot. So I am really excited to read this one. I feel in more of a darker mood, so I definitely have this on my TBR and is already loaded on my Kindle because I'm just really excited to read something darker and get into more darker romances in February. I just feel like in that mood right now, so I'm excited to pick this up. And then I forgot to also include in new releases Where We Belong by Ashley Munoz. This is the second book in her like Where We Started series. I don't know what the actual series is called, but this is the second book, and I honestly don't know what the tropes are or anything like that, but I just know this is a part of her motorcycle romance series, and that I just want to continue on with this series because I really enjoyed the first book. So I'm excited to read this and get to it in February. Then I have Do You Want to Start a Scandal by Tessa Dare. I just want to continue reading Tessa Dare's books. I read a couple of them in January and just forgot like how much I love her books and how hilarious her historical romances are, and so I just want to continue on with, I think this is a part of the Spindle Cove series, and I don't remember the plot of this one, but it's just on my TBR and I really want to get to it in February. And then I also have Everything for You by Chloe Leese. This is, I think, the 5th book in the Bergman Brothers series, and this is an MM soccer romance, so I'm really excited to read this one. I just want to continue on with the Bergman Brothers series, and I just forgot where I left off on this series, and all of them are on Hoopla, so hopefully I can listen to this one in February. But I just want to read also some like cozy vibes, and this is such a comfort series for me, so I just want to feel comfort and cozy in February. So I really hope I can get to this one in February. Then I have Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. This is a secret, well no, it's like, it's not secret pregnancy because they know she's pregnant, but this does have like pregnancy trope in it. And so the hero and heroine meet at a party one night, and they have like a one-night stand, and the heroine gets pregnant, and so they end up moving in together and falling in love in the process. And I've just heard so many good things about this romance, and there's great representation in this one, and I'm just really excited to read this. I've been putting it off, and I think I want to listen to it on audio. I have the audiobook on Hoopla, but I just am feeling like very cozy, sweet vibes right now, so I feel like this is going to be the perfect read, and I'm going to love it. I've just been seeing so many like edits of this book on Instagram, and they're just like adorable, and I'm really excited to get to this one. Then I have Make You Mine by Laura Pavlov. I finished the whole Cottonwood Cove series in January, and I started her newest release in January, which is the start of a new series called Magnolia Falls series. And I have just been loving her books, and I really want to get into the Honey Mountain series. And I know this is a fan favorite. This is I think it's a nanny age gap romance maybe. I know it's definitely, yes, age gap. He's also a firefighter, a single dad, and forced proximity. So I just really want to keep on my train of reading Laura Pavlov's backlist. So I'm really excited to read this one. I think the cover is just so cute. Hopefully it'll focus. And I just finished Loving Romeo and loved it. So I'm really excited to continue on with her books in February. Then I have Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher. And I really want to get to this book, I think because the second book comes out in March. And this is in like Lake Wisteria, which we got to see in her previous series in Final Offer. And I've just been seeing a lot of people really enjoying this book and this romance. And I think they have to work together. And I remember Julian from Final Offer, he was like a contractor. So it says, if I ever caught on fire, Dahlia Munoz would fan the flames with a smile. So when she returns to Lake Wisteria, I fully intend to avoid the interior designer, at least until my meddling mother exploits my savior complex. The faster I help Dahlia find her creative spark, the sooner she would leave town. But while I was busy getting rid of Dahlia, I overlooked one potential issue. What happens if I want her to stay? People say the devil has many faces, but I know only one, Julian Lopez. So I think it's a hate to love. I know he's a billionaire, and I think they have to work together on this, like renovating a historic house together. And maybe it's second chance, I don't know, because they like know each other. Maybe they just grew up together. But I just really want to continue on with reading Lauren Asher's books, and I'm really excited for the second book in the series. I don't remember what it's about, but I just remember looking at the synopsis and thinking like, oh, that sounds really good. So I want to be caught up on the series, and I'm excited to read this one. This is also the Barnes & Noble special edition, so it's like foiled. I don't know if you can see, but I love this cover. It's just so adorable, and I'm really excited to read this one. Then the last book on my TBR is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. Like I said, I'm really in a fantasy, like dark romance mood, and I just didn't get to this one in January, and I really want to get to it in February. This is a really unique romance where the like fantasy world, so the heroine is considered an ordinary, and nobody knows that she is an ordinary, and they actually kill ordinaries in this world. And basically it just means that she doesn't have any like special powers about like herself, and so she has been able to get by lying and saying like I can read people's minds, but basically she just like watches people very closely. And the hero has this special power where he can detect other people's powers, and so they have to go through these like trials / games together, and I think they have to team up together, and it is a romance between them, but she will literally be killed if somebody finds out that she is an ordinary. So I'm really excited for this one. I've been hearing amazing things about it, and the second book is going to come out in the summer, so I really want to read this before then. And again, I'm just in a fantasy mood, so I'm really excited to get to this in February. All right, well, that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed hearing me chat about all of the books I want to read in February, but definitely let me know down below what you want to read in February or what new releases you're excited for, because I would love to know. And I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys on my next one. Bye.